Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning!
I feel like we're yelling at you.
Good morning!
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. We're probably yelling because Jason and I experienced, I don't even know if we want to talk about it, because that's what happened. Have you ever had the silence treatment? Have you ever played that game?
I've given it. It's a form, people have called that a form of abuse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now I feel really badly.
It's a form of emotional abuse.
Okay, so Jason and I had one of those marital moments, and we're just going to be real and transparent here. Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Kimberly. We had a little tiff in the car, and as we were driving home, and then we went to bed in silence.
Let there be silence.
Boom, boom, boom. In fact, I've heard Joel Osteen say, you know what? This married couple, they got into a tiff, just like Jason and I did, and they started playing the silence game. And then the man realized, you know what? I have a meeting early in the morning. So he writes a note and puts it on the fridge. Hey, when you get up, can you make sure that I'm up? Because I have a really important meeting. And so when she gets up, she writes a note and says, it's time to get up, and then places it on his pillow. And that's what good the silence treatment does.
That's funny.
Yes, I feel, in fact, when I got married, one of the pieces of advice was never go to bed angry. And it's so true, because you lay there and you're like, you probably were sleeping like a baby.
Yeah, you went to bed like that?
I did. I did. I was rolling over going, I should have said this.
Were you harumphing?
Maybe I should say this. Oh, you know what? Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. And I couldn't, because I had this energy.
You were harumphing.
Harumphing? I don't even know what that is.
When you toss and you turn over and you're like, harumph, harumph.
I was harumphing. Have you ever experienced this? Now, here's what's so funny about the whole thing. I mean, we're laughing about it now because honestly, I feel like sometimes when we get upset and we take it out on our partners, that's not really what's happening. That's just the surface layer. So when you're upset and you're taking it out on your partner, usually there's something deeper which is causing the anger or the frustration or the overwhelm. And for me, yesterday, I wrote a song yesterday and I went to record it, and I was feeling extremely vulnerable, because when you put your art out into the world and you're telling your ideas and it's coming to life,
it's about creativity.
There's a lot of subjectivity.
Look at that ugly baby. God, you got an ugly baby. Now you're stuck with it.
Okay, I have a confession. I don't necessarily think babies are, I think they're kind of ugly. I'm just going to be real.
See, it all came back to you yesterday.
I think almost all babies are ugly. It did, didn't it?
Yeah, but I was kidding.
And it cracks me up when people are like, oh my God, that's such a beautiful baby.
Look at
and
that
I'm
baby.
like,
they haven't wiped it off yet. It's brand new.
It looks like a little alien. I'm just going to be real. But anyway, yeah. And that's what happened. I was putting my ideas out into the world. I was recording this Christmas song, which I hope to have to everybody soon. And I hope you'll share it for
dreaming of and birthing this Christmas song for a year and a half, 2 years now. Yeah.
For 2 years. 2 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to write a Christmas song. And so it has slowly been coming to fruition. And yesterday it finally did. And then Jason was in the other room on a meeting, and he comes in, and I told him, I go, oh my gosh, I just had this really great idea. In the middle of the song, I'm going to do a rap.
So this is how that played out. So I had the sonograms and everything, all the visual images of this song played out in my head. We drive an hour and 20 minutes to go record it.
Yes.
I have 2 meetings, and I'm supposed to film it for the video, because we're doing an MTV Cribs video for this thing, and a VH1 and a MySpace reel. So
MySpace doesn't exist anymore.
So then between meetings, I come in because I've got like 2.5 minutes, and Jana's like, I'm going to do a rap in the middle.
And I'm like,
And it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. So I needed time to process. But when I process things, sometimes I shoot out humor first.
yes.
Because I need mental space. So create laughter, allow me time to digest. But then I only had 2.5 minutes. So I didn't play that whole scenario out in my head first.
And so then, okay, so this all happens while we're recording the song, okay? And then the aftermath, though, the silent treatment, the tiff between us. I keep calling it a tiff, but it was kind of an argument, to be real.
We picked her up on the corner.
Was when we got in the car afterwards. Now, how many times have you done that where something happens and then you let it fester because you don't want to argue in front of, Matt, who was helping us produce the song, and you want to make sure your energy is up in front of, while you're doing the song.
And we'd hate to argue in the car while it's raining on I-4.
So we get in the car, and a couple things were said in the car, and anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't like your facial expression. And you took the creative out of my creativity. That's what you did. You just zapped it out. And it was all because, and he was like, well, I didn't like the pushy rap version. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? That's so awesome.
I do like it. The humor to me was, growing up, I had the song Push It by Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
Or Salt and Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
My friend's father thought
good. Ooh,
push it was a whole different word that was on the woman's anatomy.
I know what he thought.
And I was like, when you say pushy, I'm worried that some people are going to hear something else.
No,
but it's going to be super funny.
It's like pushing the wheels of my wheelchair. That's what it is.
I know.
Pushy, punch and hide.
I love it.
Don't you want to see
What's inside?
It's a piece of candy inside my hand. It's a piece of peppermint candy. And the song is Peppermint Wheels, so that I can show off let me
peppermint
back up.
wheels.
Let me back up and show you my peppermint wheels. Now do you see how this is all coming together? And then in the middle, I do it's like a way to make anyone smile, and you punch and then you reveal it's a piece of candy.
It's a great video.
Well, we haven't finished the video.
It will be a great video.
But hopefully before Christmas. Because you know what? There's nothing like putting out a Christmas song in January.
So it'll be on sale.
Oh, no.
It'll be 80% off.
Oh, my gosh, you guys.
So
At any rate, let's just talk about communication. Because so many times when we're upset about something, that's not really what we're upset about. And take it with anything. Sometimes you'll come in and the grocery bag will go through, and all of a sudden you find yourself festering with anger and upsetness.
Or you have all the grocery bags in your left hand because you're going to open the door with your right hand.
Yeah.
But your keys are in your left pocket.
Yes.
And now you can't unlock the door.
And you find yourself upset and frustrated. And so if you're like me, you take it out on your partner. But really, that's not what you're upset about. That's not what you're upset about. And if you start digging the layers, there's usually something that festers deep down, and then it just
you got to get to the bacteria below the pus.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's bacteria. There's a root cause. And maybe it was because, you know what? Your boss didn't validate you again, or something deep. You're just looking for love and support, or you're
just underappreciated somewhere, unheard somewhere, not enough somewhere,
unheard. Many times we don't feel heard. Yes, it's all those unders. You know what I'm saying?
So there's a couple of things about being unheard. A lot of times you get louder, and then when you still feel unheard, then you just stop talking.
Okay, Lorelai says Tater should be in my video, so we might put a little...
Tater's been giving us the silent treatment for 13 years. The only time she talks to us is when we're getting ready to go somewhere and she wants to go. Or when she wants a treat.
And every now and then she'll go, Oh, she'll
She's
harump.
a harumper.
She's a harumper.
Tater is a harumper.
Maybe that's where I learned it. I learned to harump from our dog. That's what happened. Kimberly says, I love those wheels, right? You should see it when I'm spinning.
Yeah, it's
really
mesmerizing.
fast. It is. It's like, whoa.
Sometimes I like to get Jana like on the treadmill doing it and then giving people a hypnosis so they're totally in the trance.
That should be part of the video, is me going to the gym and getting on the
treadmill
so that we can see how fast the wheels go.
Oh, they go fast. They go fast in the driveway.
No, wait. Does that count as exercise for me if
Yeah.
I'm just holding on to the treadmill
It's
and
like skiing.
letting my wheels do the work?
Kind of. Just
I'm exercising.
Put it on the incline.
Oh my gosh.
Resistance.
That is funny. Oh, okay. So communication. And my opinion is that the silent treatment does no good. Would you agree with that? And don't give me the silent treatment right now.
It doesn't get you anywhere.
It doesn't.
What it does is it creates it
tension.
What it does is it makes the mountain larger.
It creates tension. It makes it bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
You're right. It makes the mountain larger. Jason, you are so correct on that.
I'm always right.
Except for yesterday.
Yeah. Except for when I'm usually wrong.
Except for last night.
Yes, dear.
Okay, guys. That's all we've got today. I hope that us being real resonates with some of you, but we had a tiff and it turned into a silent night.
Yeah, don't go get yourself a
That
tiff.
should be a Christmas song. Silent night.
That'll be out in March.
And what we learned is that I woke up more angry than I went to bed.
And I forgot about it.
Because the mountain just got bigger, and yeah, you forgot about it. What that seems a little off.
Men, what are you going to do with them?
Maybe we need to fight about that
You can't
next.
live with them, and the law says you can't shoot them.
I love you guys. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.